Theresa May has been warned not to allow the EU to use immigration as a bargaining chip. No other free trade agreement concluded by the EU has provisions for the movement of people except for individuals directly connected with the supply of the goods and services laid down in the agreement itself, a research paper from Migration Watch UK think tank has found. The paper states, it is normal in trade agreements to allow the movement of staff essential for the purpose of facilitating the flow of goods and services. However, the EU has never previously insisted upon liberalised border regimes of freedom of movement as a condition of a trade agreement. If they were to do so in the negotiations that are pending with the UK, it would clearly be driven by political, rather than economic, considerations. The UK government must maintain a distinct separation between its trade negotiations and establishing a post-Brexit immigration policy, Lord Green of Deddington, chairman of Migration Watch UK, added. A sharp reduction in immigration from the EU must be a red line in these negotiations, not a bargaining chip. The government has already caved in on rights for those arriving in the implementation period. They must not capitulate on longer-term immigration arrangements. That would be a betrayal of the 17 million who voted Brexit. Thursday, February 8, 2018. Civil servants are anti-Brexit. The paper has been published as Brexit Secretary David Davis is set to meet EU Chief Negotiator Michel Barnier today. It is expected that future relationship guidelines that would allow trade talks to start will be agreed at an EU Council meeting on Thursday. The UK hopes to reach agreement on a transition deal for the period after Brexit Day on March 29, 2019. On the subject of Britain's position on immigration ahead of further Brexit negotiations, Theresa May has said, "We will be setting out our immigration rules. We will negotiate with the EU. GETTYA sharp immigration reduction must be a Brexit red line for Theresa May." She has been warned, however, a failure by Britain to strike a trade deal with the EU as it leaves the Brussels bloc could see its borders flung wide open. Lorries will not be checked and instead waved through in the shock plans designed to stop huge tailbacks at either end of the channel, which could turn the M20 into a car park. Preparations by Whitehall officials are underway to ensure a Plan B is in place in case Prime Minister Theresa May cannot come to an agreement with Brussels over trade. A border official described the plans as a throw open the borders option, according to Sky News. A source told The Sun they have a duty to plan for the alternative. However, bosses are said to be preparing for default border checks for people at ports and airports.